you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Okay, the more I see the new leaks come out, the more I'm starting to think it's actually Rockstar themselves toying with us and hyping up the game without spending additional money on the marketing itself.
You're goddamn right.
Before getting into the topic of this video, I want to take a quick moment and give a massive shout out to our first official member of the channel, Victor Vallejo.
Brother,
I appreciate the support so much, and I promise those 79 cents will go a long way towards that 70-90. Now, we all know that GTA 6 has been leaked more times than any other video game in existence. We, as players, know more about the game from the leaks and event logs posted back in 2022 than we actually know from the 2 trailers Rockstar dropped themselves. This goes to show just how massive the hype for this title really is.
And you know what else is massive?
Despite Rockstar doing their best Ubisoft and EA impression trying to milk GTA Online throughout the years, they still managed to deliver one of the biggest open world games of our generation in RDR2. And while RDR2 was cooking, they were simultaneously working on what we know today as GTA 6. GTA 6 is claimed to be in some form of development since 2014. The game, codenamed Project Americas, which when you read it out loud sounds like a secret CIA document and not like an actual codename for a video game, was supposed to be one of Rockstar's biggest attempts at building a fully fleshed out open world with multiple countries and protagonists. I remember being ultra hyped for this game back in 2018 as I was thinking, oh hell yeah, it's so coming in like 2 years.
Are you sure about that?
Especially as RDR2 just got released and I was a very optimistic person. But unfortunately, 2020 came and we all ended up being locked down worse than Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. It was at that time that I realized we probably aren't seeing this game anytime soon. But after a while, and once we all started creeping out of our dark dungeons, the hope started coming back. And in September of 2022, the world kinda came to a stop. Well, at least the gaming world, as a random guy managed to leak 90 clips from GTA 6's early development build. Now, according to recent inside information from Jason Schreier, GTA 6 only entered development in 2020, which, if you ask me, is probably a lie on Rockstar's end so they can justify any cut features in the final release. By now, we know that GTA 6 is being built on the latest Rage engine, codenamed Rage 9, if the leaks are to be trusted. And from the leaked footage that we have seen as well from the trailers, this thing is going to push boundaries on what's possible in video games. Yes, RDR2 has already been used as a testing ground and has probably used a lot of the features that we will see inside of GTA 6, but all of those features will be improved and adjusted for the GTA world. It is already confirmed that the dynamic weather, advanced volumetrics, and lighting are all an improved version of the one we have seen in RDR2. Some names in the leaked game clips even suggest that horses will make a return, and let me just tell you, I am all for that. Especially as I'd love to ride around Vice City dressed up as a modern day version of Arthur Morgan.
I love my Hoshi and my Hoshi love me.
And while on the topic of Vice City and riding around, the leaked clips as well as all the community mapping projects show a map that seems to be 2 times larger than the GTA 5 map. Within the trailers, we could already see that the entire state of Leonida will be present. Well, minus the Panhandle if we can believe the latest leaks. Either way, the goal seems to be to build an open world that will be dynamic and will change over time, meaning that throughout the story the map will degrade or be built up in the same way that it was in RDR2, but this time the map itself will be even bigger than anything that we have seen before. Now, I need to go back to an article by Jason Schreier which seems to indicate that Rockstar's initial plan was to include both North and South America within this game. But of course, due to a change in culture in terms of crunch and overtime, they decided to scale it back a bit and instead leave the possibility to expand the map as well as the story in future DLCs. This definitely sounds like a reasonable thing and something that I would fully be on board with if it meant actual single player DLC. But knowing Rockstar and their corporate overlords, we are only seeing this in GTA Online, which I personally am perfectly fine with as long as I can enjoy the landscape without having my life ruined by the oppressor gang.
Got him!
Now that we have talked about the sheer size of this massive map that even when scaled down is still huge compared to GTA 5's, let's talk about what we will actually be able to do in this massive open world. Again, according to the leaks as well as a PDF created by these amazing folks, GTA 6 will be expanding on almost every system that Rockstar has ever created. First up is the robbery system from RDR 2, which seems to give the player full freedom to rob any pedestrian as well as any store, shop or business. We already got to see in the diner hold-up scene that the player will be able to intimidate, hogtie and even command the partner during these robberies, adding even more depth to the already great system that we had in RDR 2. Now, speaking of partners, the player will be able to choose to do missions with either Jason or Lucia, or have both of them come and do missions together. This feels like a very interesting concept, especially as it will give players a different ways to approach any mission. A very interesting thing that also was leaked and can be found inside of this PDF is the fact that Jason and Lucia will have a shared inventory, meaning that you can swap weapons, health items, and yes, even those toys that you found in your mom's drawer when you were just a kid. Now, moving on from Lucia and Jason, an original article about GTA 6 said that the game will have around 70% of its buildings be enterable, but a recent leak suggests around 700 plus enterable buildings. What the real number is, we will find out next May, but I personally highly doubt that it will be more than 200. But either way, even 200 will be the most out of any GTA before. The original leaks mentioned the ability to walk into bars, clubs, gas stations, shopping malls, dirty hotels, as well as the usual shops scattered around the map. So if we take that into consideration, along with the map size itself, we can probably get to a number of 200 plus enterable buildings, which I think would be the most realistic. Now, one thing that really intrigues me, and one thing that will certainly make this game stand out compared to previous iterations, is the advanced AI system that has been leaked back in 2022. In the leaks, we can see that the cops will no longer spawn in instantly, but will instead slowly build up and have a response time, giving the player enough time to actually get away from a crime scene. They will also be able to track your license plate, call for backup, flank you using actual squad tactics, and even apply pressure in areas that they get shot in. One thing that the leaks also mention is the ability for Jason and Lucia to surrender to the cops during a robbery. Now, if this is only a scripted event for a mission or an actual feature, I can't really confirm. What I can confirm, and what has been mentioned both in the PDF as well as seen in the leaks from 2022, is the fact that the grappling and fist fighting from RDR 2 will be greatly enhanced, giving us more fighting styles to choose from and more styles to learn at the gym, which for fans of GTA San Andreas is a welcome feature. Another mechanic that is mentioned in the leaks is the revive mechanic that is similar to the horse revival system from RDR 2. This means that we will be able to revive either Jason or Lucia during both missions or free roam. The recent leaks also mentioned that Eagle Eye will make a return, which already was mentioned in the 2022 leaks. The new information though suggests that both Jason and Lucia will have Eagle Eye available to them, with Lucia having it available only for a short time. The other leaks from 2022 that can officially be confirmed, as they have been shown in the trailer, are a fully functioning gym as well as a fight club. This also goes hand in hand with the weight system that was mentioned and seen in the leaked clips. On top of this, the hair system from RDR 2 is potentially making a return as well, as in the trailer we can see Jason with extremely different hairstyles throughout the story. Now, with the footage that we have already managed to see, we basically have confirmation that bikers as well as Leonida hillbillies will play a prominent role in terms of gangs. But those are only a small part of the world itself, as the leaks confirmed the existence of 3 additional factions, named San for San, the Gardia Brothers, and the Far Right Militia. Out of all of these, we only have seen the San for San gang in trailer 1, with the other 2 potentially showing up in the promo material on Rockstar's website. One thing that I would personally love is to be able to wage warfare in a similar fashion to how it was done in GTA San Andreas. Of course, the circumstances are different, but I would still love to be able to have 5-6 different territories to clean up with either Jason or Lucia. Now, with everything said here, I can't move on without mentioning the fact that both the clips as well as the PDF leak contain information about the NPCs and their advanced AI systems. Before, the NPCs would move on a set path, not really interacting with each other, and they would not move in groups. This time around, things are a bit different, as NPCs will move in similar fashion to how they did in RDR 2. They will converse, travel in groups, as well as react dynamically to the world around them. They really won't be just some random NPCs anymore. They will now have actual personalities as well as a fully fleshed out life. One that we most certainly will ruin by running them over in an industrial combine. One of the most interesting icons that I've seen in the debug menu, maybe the most interesting for me, is the one for money laundering. This one heavily implies that GTA 6 will include fronts, shell companies, or any other type of business that the player will be able to buy and use as cover for his illicit operations. This is a system that I've covered a while back in my Scarface video, and honestly, it's great. If GTA 6 manages to pull this one off and give us the option to own multiple properties across the state of Leonida, I think this will be awesome. If to that we can also add potentially being able to acquire safe houses as well, my happiness would be through the roof, as that is one thing that we haven't had properly implemented since San Andreas. In the leaked files, we can also see that strip clubs, pawn shops, car dealerships, and even fences will be making an appearance. Now, if these will be purchasable is yet to be seen. What is interesting though is the fact that both art fences as well as car fences exist within the game files, meaning that we will potentially be able to steal antiquities as well as high-value vehicles. One thing that seems to be making a return as well is hacking and other gadgets that our protagonists will be able to use. Funny enough, I'm currently preparing a video about Watch Dogs, and while playing this game, I had a lot more fun than I actually anticipated, as the hacking in this game makes the chases so much more fun. The leaks also mention the following gadgets, which will include signal jammers, immobilizers, USB drives, and even a car auto dialer. This implicates that we will be able to hack high-value cars, disable our arms, as well as access surveillance systems or missions, possibly giving us an edge when performing a robbery. Another thing that I need to mention is that stores will have a set time that they operate in. Not all stores will be open 24/7. Some may close shop during storms, at night, or due to crime in the area, similar to what we had in RDR2, but of course greatly improved. A major thing spotted in multiple leaked videos as well is the debug reference to getting caught on tape, meaning that the player's actions will be recorded by CCTV feeds. This ties in directly to what we mentioned earlier with the surveillance systems. If this only applies to missions or is applicable in free roam as well is not yet known. A few other things that will certainly return from RDR2 are the drinking, smoking, and eating features, potentially indicating that our characters will each have the core system from RDR2. Another major thing from RDR2 that is mentioned in the debug menu is that our characters will get dirty over time. And I don't just mean get down and dirty in the bedroom.
What?
This indicates that the same system from RDR2 will make a return. I mean, if this is true, I know for a fact that most of you will be showering 3 times a day as Lucia.
Stop it. Get some help.
And with this said, I can't help but mention the great folks who have made the PDF for every enthusiastic GTA 6 fan to at least get their weekly dose of hopium. If you haven't already, make sure to check it out. I will leave the link down in the description. Once again, a massive shout out to the G's that ended up compiling all of the information into one place. You folks are the best. Anyways, let me know what you think of everything that we know about GTA 6 so far. Does it sound like it will fulfill your expectations, and how excited are you to finally be able to enjoy proper jiggle physics? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and a big shout out to all the 898 people that ended up subscribing. You folks are the best. Once again, I want to thank the first official member of this channel, and I want to say that I'm absolutely grateful for your support. Thank you. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like button and of course subscribe for a chance to win an RTX 7090 card once this channel reaches 10 million. Stay silly, keep edging, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.